Today is BGMC, Boys and Girls Missionary
Challenge!
And we're going to be talking about Albania.
That's right. So let's figure out where we are actually going to be found.
So we're here in California. We're going to go across the United States, across the Atlantic Ocean, over here to Europe. And on the other side of the boot, that's Italy. Across that little piece of water, somewhere around here. I can't see it.
Yeah, you're right there.
But it's Albania.
So Albania is like right above Greece. So if you know where Greece is, that funny looking thing, the peninsula in the water, Mediterranean Sea, Albania is like right on top of it. Very cool. So we're gonna be watching a video to see what they're doing, what BGMC is doing in Albania. All right, here we go.
Hey, I'm Cass, and welcome to World Geek. In Albania, there are a couple missionary families that are working to make a difference. And it really is the entire family. It's not just the parents building relationships and sharing the gospel. The Plague and Health and Encouragement kids are right there too, ministering and responding to the needs they see.
We have, from the very beginning, tried to raise our children so that they felt very much a part of the missionary experience. God has called us together as family to serve the Lord, and we have tried to give our children as many opportunities as possible to be involved in ministry.
The whole family is responding to a burden on their hearts to reach a very poor community. They started Bible studies for the men and women, and children's ministries for the kids. Some of the kids weren't even in school, so they went and registered them, got them books, clothes, backpacks, and an opportunity that they've never had before.
Well, wherever you're at, you just talk to people and be friends with them and just get a relationship with them. And then really talk to them about like becoming a Christian. The kids here, they just really need love. People to just hug them and love them.
The culture is very, very friendly. Relationships is their number one priority in their lives. They love having fun with us, and it's so easy to interact with them. They're always so happy, and they're especially happy when they get to see us. It's like a holiday for them or something.
The result of building these personal relationships can be seen in the entire community. The kids' hearts are very open to the gospel. Even the parents are seeing the change and have started coming to the church and accepting Christ.
We minister to kids because they affect everybody else just like their parents. I mean, they can be a witness to their parents, their brothers and sisters, their other family members, and they're the next generation. I mean, they'll be able to bring the word to their families in the future and anybody else they meet.
Because of their involvement in ministry, the Where'sman and Plague and Health kids feel like they belong here and are part of the people. Their ministry is laying a foundation for this community, and it will have a huge impact for years to come. Like Hannah said, they are the next generation.
Feeding the multitude. Missionaries Kurt and Stephanie Plagenhoff watched as refugees streamed into the old warehouse. Men, women, and children from Kosovo came into Albania after their homes were destroyed because of war. These people had lost their homes and everything they owned. They had nowhere to go and nothing to eat. Stephanie looked at the soup that was cooking in several large pots and the trays of bread, cheese, tomatoes, and cucumbers. "We only have enough food for about 50 people," she said. "There must be 200 out there. What should we do?" "All we can do is pray," Kurt said. The Plagenhoffs and the people of the church had cleaned up an old warehouse to take in some of the people whose homes had been burned. They put mattresses on the floor for the people to sleep on, and they cooked pots of soup for them. People in the church also took refugees into their homes. Even though the church people were poor and didn't have much, they were willing to share what they could. Many of the refugees had traveled long distances over mountains and with nothing to eat and very little to drink. 5,000 refugees came into this small Albanian town of 10,000 people. Over 200 refugees came into the warehouse that Kurt and Stephanie had prepared. The people were exhausted and shocked from the war. They had made a long, hard trip and had suffered many horrible experiences along the way. But how could Kurt and Stephanie feed them all? As the soup cooked, they prayed that God would provide. When it came time to serve the people, they ladled the soup into bowls and handed them out. The soup kept coming. Bowl after bowl was filled and handed out, and the soup kept coming. It didn't run out until the very last person was served. It's a miracle, Stephanie said, just like when Jesus multiplied the bread and fish to feed the 5,000 people. That night was the beginning of the Plagenhoff's ministry to the Kosovo refugees. They cleaned up 2 more old warehouses to shelter more people and took in several hundred. God gave them the opportunity to help, talk, pray, cry, and share the gospel with many people for the very first time. These were Muslim people who had never heard the gospel, never read the Word of God, and had never been in a church. About 100 refugees came to their church every week after that. When the war was over, the refugees returned to Kosovo. Kurt and Stephanie went with them and helped provide them with food and clothing, since they had lost everything. Most of the refugees in the Plagenhoff's camp had come from a city in northern Kosovo called Mitrovica. This was a city of over 100,000 people that had no evangelical church. The city was totally unreached. Kurt and Stephanie helped to start a church in Mitrovica. Since then, the church has faced a lot of opposition, but many children and youth are coming every week and hearing the gospel. Mitrovica is being touched by the love of Jesus, and it all started with the loving hearts of the Christian people in Albania and a miracle from God.
So kids, that was really cool what some missionaries are doing in Albania. But now it is time for us to have our object lesson. And as you can see, I have a bag right here from McDonald's. And inside of this bag, I have a special treat. Yep, that's right. We have a Happy Meal. So, raise your hand. How many of you guys like Happy Meals? Anybody? Anybody? Jimmy, are you raising your hand? Oh, Jimmy's raising his hand. Come on. You're on candid camera. I'm just kidding. That's like an old program. So, Jimmy, do you like Happy Meals?
Yeah.
His mouth is already watering. So I'm sure a lot of you guys like Happy Meals. I'm going to let him enjoy this quietly as I share about this object lesson. So one of the great things about living in America, do you live in America?
Yes.
Yes. He lives in California with me in Seaside. And some really cool things about living in America is that we have places that are called like drive-through restaurants, like Taco Bell, McDonald's, Carl's Jr.'s, Burger King, things like that. And they're like so fast. You go through the drive-thru, you tell them what you want, then you get your stuff. But sometimes, just sometimes, it takes a little bit longer than you want it to. Has anybody ever had that happen? They're like, man, what's taking them so long? We gotta get somewhere. I'm in a rush. I don't have time for this. And you're like, sometimes they say, excuse me, ma'am, I'm so sorry, but your fries are just not ready. Can you pull off to the side in the little parking lot over there and we'll bring it out to you as soon as we can. You're like, I don't have time for this. Forget it. Oh my gosh, I just gotta leave. Forget the French fries. But some of you are like, oh, how dare you forget the French fries, right? French fries are like
fries.
McDonald's French fries. Anybody like those? Yes. Yeah, and sometimes if you wait too long because it's taking forever to get your milkshake or something, or your Happy Meal, the cars behind you, they get impatient. They're like, honk, 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 hurry up there. Because they got babies screaming in the car. They're just as impatient as we are. call us the microwave generation. You just pop something in the microwave, it comes right out. Right like that. That smells really good. I'm having a hard time talking because my mouth is watering from these delicious smells wafting from his Happy Meal. So, the forget it, I'll go somewhere else, that mentality is sometimes called impatience. Now, we as Christians, that means we're followers of Jesus. How many of you guys are Christians out there who believe in Jesus? He does too, yes. And there's these promises that God gave us saying that Jesus is coming. I promise he's coming. But we're like, it's taking so long. All these bad things are happening. How come he doesn't come quicker? Come, Jesus, come. And we're like, I don't know. This is taking a little bit too long. Do you guys think I should say, forget it, I'm going to find somebody else to help me? Do you think that's a good idea? Should I find some other God?
No.
No. Do you guys think I should just wait for Jesus? I should probably wait for Jesus. But it actually says in Hebrews chapter 10, this is in the Bible. There's a book of the Bible called Hebrews. Not like Hebrews coffee. This is a book called Hebrews. It's to the Hebrews, and it's chapter 10, verse 37. It says, for in just a little while, he who is coming will come, and he will not delay. Now, when you're impatient, we're like, yes, I feel like he's delaying a little bit, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now. Do you feel like Jesus delaying a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love for Jesus to come quickly. But God says he doesn't wish that any should perish. He doesn't want anybody to miss out on knowing Jesus before Jesus comes, because he wants everybody to be able to go to heaven. He wants to give everybody a chance to choose Jesus. Isn't that a nice God? You listening to me? Jimmy's really cool. I love you, Jimmy. So it would be really easy for us to do like at the drive-thru and say, forget it, I'm giving up on God. I'm not going to wait any longer. But it's probably best, and it is best, that we wait patiently and faithfully for Jesus. And he promises us a happy meal. Well, not really a happy meal. He actually promises us happy ever after. Happy ever after with God in heaven forever. 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 Yes, forever. So it's not just a happy meal, but it's happy ever after, forever with Jesus. So just be patient. In a little while, he will come and he will not delay. So enjoy your happy meal while we're here.
Okay.
Wait patiently and he will come. Yay, Jesus. Yay, Jesus. And I got like French fries all over my hands. I love you guys. Thank you for listening and staying faithful and waiting for Jesus to come. All right, guys. Is that time?
It's time for scripture picture.
Our favorite time. Woohoo! All right, so we haven't looked at this
Didn't
ahead of
look at
time. We didn't want to cheat, so we're going to be guessing it with you guys. So here we go.
Ready? N.
So it's like in, right? Is that normally what that is?
Yeah.
In. Okay.
In.
I think we've done this one before. If you guys have been watching us, this was,
is like a judge.
and it's scales, but
Justice.
it's being justice. So maybe cut off the end of justice and it's
Justice.
justice? No. How about just? Injust?
Just. Maybe.
Injust, maybe. We'll see.
A.
A, that's pretty easy. Light?
Light.
Oh! Little.
Little.
Let's lit up.
Little.
Lit up.
Little.
And
Yeah.
just a little.
Just a little. While.
Do you hear it?
While.
Say it faster.
While.
Wall. You sound like Wally. While.
While.
Next. While. Foot. Little.
Foot. Heel.
Oh.
Minus L.
Minus
He.
He. Okay.
He.
So in
In
just
just
a
a
little
little
while.
He. Who? What does the owl say?
Who?
Who?
You just gave it away right off the bat. It's an owl, but it says who? Yeah.
Who?
Okay.
S.
Is that like the is? That's pretty easy.
probably is.
All right. Comb.
Combing.
Combing.
Who is combing?
Do you
Who
comb your
is
hair?
combing?
Combing his
your
hair.
In just a while,
He
who is
combing.
combing?
Do you think Jesus combs his hair? Probably. Uh-oh.
Well,
It's a little.
it's like a
speckled.
water well. You know, the water with the little handle there.
His combing is
Okay.
well. No?
No.
He who is coming will.
Will.
Does that
It's
work?
pretty close to well.
Will.
Yeah, probably.
Comb. He will comb. He who is combing will comb. Yeah.
Maybe.
What is combing? Will he be combing his hair? That's so funny. Here we go.
And not.
Tree branch.
I think that is a rope
And
tied into some
knot.
kind of knot.
Okay, looks like a knot to Jimmy.
D.
Hula girl.
The hula girl.
Hula man.
Hello, large jaw.
Large job. Hula girl. What is she wearing? He wearing. What is he wearing?
Flowers.
Flowers.
D. Flowers.
Delay.
That was
It's
a
a
lay.
lay, right?
So D.
Delay. Okay, sorry.
Delay.
Getting a little hot up
Delay.
here. This is really fun. So let's start again.
In just a little while, he who is coming will come and not delay.
Ah, that was in
That
my
makes
lesson.
a little more sense.
Yeah. So
Hebrews.
Oh, the missing the L on the heel, huh?
Hebrews
Hebrews
10:37.
10:37.
So all together,
Okay.
in just a little while, he who is coming will
not
come
come.
and not delay. Hebrews 10:17.
Nope.
10:37.
Whoop, whoop. Good job. Do you guys get that? That was
All
really
right, good
fun.
job, everybody.
Now, who are we talking about?
Jesus.
Jesus, that's right. He is coming, and he's coming soon, and he won't
He
delay.
won't delay.
So stay faithful, stay patient. We love you guys, and we are patiently expectant that you guys are going to be coming back to church and seeing us all. We miss you so much. And Pastor Jen does too. So, we'll see you soon. Ta-ta for now.
Bye.
Bye.
I will not be afraid.
Hey guys, one more thing. As soon as I got off stage, I looked at Jimmy's Happy Meal, the drink that's inside of there, and it says, it's an apple juice. It says, happily ever after, just like I was talking about. Jesus coming back, and we're going to live with him happily ever after. Yay!